Hello, everyone, and
Hello, everyone.
welcome to another episode of the Eagles in Digital Business. A Candid chat with.
Yes.
Um, Happy and blessed Sunday to everyone, or happy Monday if you're already on Monday. So let's find out what is our topic for today.
Okay, welcome back to Eagles in Digital Business. Our topic for today is the leadership skill that opens every other door, the willingness to learn.
Yes, thank you, Isabel. So that's our topic for today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi, everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing here in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hi, my name is Musmola. I'm the face behind musoconsult.com, originally from Nigeria. I've been a healthcare worker of several years and actually in the imaging sector of the healthcare professionals. And I've relocated to the USA and I'm still doing the same job, but now I have this beautiful digital business.
And I'm Miriam. I am from Jamaica. I have been living in the United States for quite some time. I am a registered nurse. I'm a wife, a mom, a grandma for one, and now I'm a proud digital business owner.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christiana. Thank you for tuning into our live. Good afternoon, good morning, depending where you're watching us from. I'm the face behind Christiana Digital. I'm originally from Nigeria. I am a registered nurse by profession. I am a I reside in Texas and I am a proud digital business owner and also a mentor. Thank you.
Hi there.
Well,
Hi there. I'm Falak, based in Indiana, USA, mom of three, a former educator, and a retail operations specialist. Every challenge has shaped my journey. I I am a mentor, digital entrepreneur, and a mentor as well. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Asma Harisa. I am a mom of three, a digital business owner and mentor, and I am grateful to be a part of the Eagle community.
Hello, my name is Arshia Sayed. I'm originally from India and I moved to USA, Maryland past 28 years ago and I live with my family here. By profession, I'm a pharmacist and now I'm a proud digital business owner and a mentor. Thank you.
Hola, hello. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico, now residing in North Carolina. I am a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a former educational assistant, and now a digital business owner and a mentor.
Thank you, everyone. We do have a love emoji from Maimuna Diallo. So, thank you, Maimuna. Thank you for watching. Thank you for
Thank
the heart
you.
emojis. So, let's dive into our topic for today.
Okay, so the topic for today is the leadership skill that opens every other door, the willingness to learn.
Thank you, Shia. So that's our topic for today. So, welcome back to another episode of the Eagles in Digital Business, and thank you for being here. So, today's conversation is about a leadership quality that is sometimes overlooked, and that is the willingness to learn. Many people think leadership begins when you have all the answers, but in reality, great leaders continue asking questions. They usually remain open to new ideas and they also learn from those experiences. They also recognize that every person has something valuable to teach. So not only they're able to teach others, but also they learn from other people. So let's explore seven principles that remind us why learning is one of the greatest strengths a leader can have. So for that, we're going to be talking about the following points.
Okay, our points for today. Number one will be great leaders stay curious. Secondly, we have this topic humility creates better leaders. Then, learning helps leaders adapt to change. Every experience can become a lesson. Number five, we have leaders grow by learning from other people. Six, we have continuous learning builds confidence. And lastly, we have leaders who keep learning leave a lasting legacy.
Thank you, Musimola. Those are the points we're going to be talking today. So let's dive into our first point.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about how curiosity opens the doors for growth. Leaders ask thoughtful questions, they seek understanding before making assumptions. Curiosity encourages innovation. Learning begins with a willingness to explore. Every question creates an opportunity to grow. Curiosity keeps leaders growing long after others stop learning. Great leaders never lose their desire to learn. So, my reflection on this is curiosity keeps leaders growing long after others stop learning. And my takeaway on this is great leaders never lose their desire to learn. Thank you.
Thank you, Shia. So Shia talk about great leaders stay curious, you know. They love to ask questions. They also love to seek understanding of what they're learning. And they never stop learning because, you know, when they learn, they opens the door to growth, also to innovate and to create those new opportunities. So that's why great leaders stay curious. So now let's move on to our next point.
Okay, to my humble self, humility creates better leaders. You see, when somebody is leading, leading is different from when you feel you are the all in all and you are just the top boss there. So, leading means you carry people along. And for you to carry people along, you must ensure that they understand what what you are doing, what the goal is, and what they need to contribute. Nobody likes to feel like, okay, I do not matter. So when the leader is haughty or is pompous and is just feeling, let me just give out the instructions, you overlook the possibility that you might make mistake. And when you are haughty with your mistake, people that you are leading or that you are bossing, they may look at you and say, okay, he thinks it's right. Okay, let's just follow what he's saying. We don't understand what he's saying. Let's just follow. And when you make costly mistakes, they just look. And when the repercussion comes, they can stand aside and say, we only follow instructions. So humility allows us to admit we don't know everything. Strong leaders are comfortable learning from others, especially learning from their subordinates. You call them, you smile, and you show that you have a listening ear. You want to hear their opinion. And even when they are wrong, you say, oh, I understand where you are coming from. But if we do it like that, this is likely to be the outcome. And everybody will see where everything is going. So it's not as if they are just being instructed. So every person brings a different perspective. Listening demonstrates confidence and not weakness. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of your contribution. I'm not scared to feel this is a teamwork. Humility strengthens relationships. Everywhere you are, your subordinates can say, oh, hello, hi, boss. And they can share their opinions, they can share their outlook on whatever you are trying to do. Growth begins when we remain teachable. The strongest leaders are often the most teachable, always trying to learn, always trying to see if things can be better from another perspective. Humility creates room for continuous growth. That's my take.
Thank you, Musimola. So yeah, so Musimola talk about humility creates better leaders. And you know, like as Musimola mentioned, you know, those leaders, you know, who remain teachable, they listen to others and are willing to keep learning, you know, they never stop learning. that helps them, to continue grow and build those stronger relationships. So that's why, humility creates better leaders. Just like Osamala was mentioned, they don't think, they know everything. They never stop learning. Okay, so let's move on to our next point.
Okay, leaders help leaders adapt to change. And one of the biggest lessons I've learned in that is that leadership isn't about having all the answers. It's about being willing to keep learning. And there was a time when I believe I wasn't qualified to do anything different. I had spent over 20 years working, raising my children, and doing everything I could to support my family. Technology was changing, the world was changing, and honestly, I felt I was being left behind. And then life gave me this wake up call. When I watched my oldest daughter preparing for college, I realized that if I wanted a different future for my family, I couldn't keep doing the same things and expect different results. Soon after, the pandemic changed everything. The world changed overnight for everyone. What had always felt secure, suddenly it wasn't. And in that season, I had two choices: hold on to what was familiar or become a student again. And of course, I chose to learn, not because it was easy, but because I knew my family deserved a mother who was willing to grow with the changing role instead of being left behind or feeling afraid of it. So I learned new skills. I embraced technology, something that I was afraid of, that once, make me feel intimidated. And I discovered opportunities I never knew existed. And now, looking back, I realized those lessons didn't just prepare me for a new opportunities. They transformed me into a more adaptable, resilient, and confident leader. Because leadership isn't about knowing everything. Leadership is about having the humility to learn, the courage to adapt, the willingness to keep growing no matter your age or your starting point. Because we all come from different backgrounds, from different walks of life. So if you want to lead your family into a different future, don't be afraid of change. Become the kind of person who is always ready to learn from it. And, you know, the leaders who thrive tomorrow are the ones who choose to keep learning today. So I want to leave you with this powerful question. What is one new skill you could begin learning today that your future self and your family will be grateful you didn't postpone? Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel. So Isabel talk about learning helps leaders to learning helps leaders adapt to change. And just as Isabel mentioned, um, why they're able to do that is because they're always willing to keep learning, and when you start learning, you build that flexibility, so you're able to adapt easily to different situations, and also you start building that resilience and those skills that will help you to recognize and embrace those new opportunities. Isabel also added, um, every new skill you learn today is preparing you to lead with greater confidence, resilience, and purpose tomorrow. All right, so now let's move on to the next point.
Today, my talking point is every experience can become a lesson. For me, I believe every experience in life teaches us something. When things go well and we learn from our success, but when we face challenges, we learn even more. Sometimes the difficult moments teach us lessons that we may not have learned otherwise. I have also learned that making is okay. What really matters is that we make a step back, think about what happened, learn from it, and keep moving forward. Every season of life has something to teach us. We just have to be willing to listen, learn, and apply those lessons to our lives. As leaders, we should never stop learning. The more we learn, the more we grow, and the more we can help others grow too. Life is our greatest classroom when we choose to learn from every experience. My takeaway: every experience gives us a chance to learn, grow, and become a better version of ourselves. So, my message today is simple: don't be afraid of challenges or mistakes. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving forward. Thank you, thank you everyone for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Asma. So, Asma talk about every experience can become a lesson. And just like Asma mentioned, when we choose to learn from those success and challenges, it helps you to grow wiser, it helps you to grow stronger, and also it helps you to be better prepared for the future. So, those experiences teach us so many things that help you to grow. All right, so let's go to the next point.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. My next point is I'll be talking about every conversation offers a new perspective. As leaders, leaders grow by learning from other people. So you being a leader, it doesn't make you to know everything. You are not island of knowledge. Nobody is an island of knowledge. We learn every day. Being a leader, you can learn from your subordinates, you can learn from people, and that makes you a better leader when you learn, because you're going to learn varieties. But if you are still in doing it your way, you are not going to be a better leader. One, every conversation offers a new perspective. Whether we like it or not, everybody has good points, good ideas. So when someone is talking, we should try as much as possible to listen and gain what that person is saying, because in that point, in that saying, the person can actually offer a solution that we need. Another point is mentors accelerate growth. So when, like in this our business, we have mentors, we have coaches. So when you come in as a new business owner, you are not left alone to figure things out all by yourself. You have people that has gone ahead of you in this business. You have people that has made some certain mistakes, and they are here to correct you, for you not to find it difficult, or for you not to, because when you walk in a path that is prepared well, you're going to work smoothly. And that's why mentors is important. And that is one thing that this our business has. We are all mentors, and we have coaches that can lead you in this part of business. Another point is team becomes stronger when everyone shares ideas. We all know that everybody has things to offer. Like sometimes in this our business, people that has made some certain level, they come back to tell us their journey. They come back to share their experiences with us. And those things are stepping stones for every one of us, because we know if this person can be able to break through, every one of us can be able to break through. So we learn when people are willing to share their ideas, because it can actually strengthen someone. It can strengthen someone when you are willing to share your ideas. Another point is listening build trust. Don't be quick to talk, don't be quick to judge. Try to have a listening ear. Because me, I like people to listen to me. I like people to give me listening ears. It creates confidence. It creates room for people to trust you more when you listen to them, because they feel that you feel their pains to you. They feel that you understand what they're saying when you give them listening ear. Collaboration creates better solutions. working together. Teamwork creates a better result. So when we come together, like now we are doing this live, we are not doing it alone. We come together to discuss different points. Do you know what it will take each and every one of us to talk about each topic? But being here today, within 20 minutes, within 30 minutes, we are able to give you different topics in a different perspective. That is what teamwork can do. Learning from others strengthens leadership. A leader that doesn't learn from others cannot be a good leader. The person cannot grow, because being a leader, it means that you have to learn from people. You have to learn from others. You have to learn from people that has gone ahead of you. Even read books written by other people, so that you'll be able to lead well and also be able to teach your subordinates. Wise leaders understand they never grow alone. No tree makes a forest. Every trees comes together to make a forest. So when we go inside the forest, we see that different trees are there. So nobody can be able to make it in life being alone. You need people's assistance, you need people's knowledge, you need to draw from people that are ahead of you for you to be able to move forward. My take home is learning from others expands your leadership. If you want to be a great leader, if you want to lead by example, always be willing to learn, always be willing to learn new things, be coachable, and have a listening ear. Thank you so much. I'll pass it to Sandy.
Thank you, Christiana. So, Christiana talk about leaders grow by learning from other people, and just like Christiana mentioned, you can learn, by with every conversation, every shared experience that you have with another person, and that shows you, new perspective that will help you, to strengthen those your leadership, and also, help you to make wiser decisions. So uh, when you collaborate and learn from other people, it helps you, to expand your perspective, expand your knowledge, and allow you to make those wiser decisions. All right, so now let's move on to the next point.
Okay, so that's me. So another point in the willingness to learn is continuous learning builds confidence. And so for us or for anyone, when you look at like a new digital strategy or a kind of tech learning curve, confidence just doesn't appear out of nowhere. And so many people think that leadership means that they have all the answers. And so people can freeze when they feel like they're a beginner. So for me, when I stepped out of my nursing scrubs into the online business world, I felt completely lost. My immediate instinct was to shrink back into what I know because I didn't know the digital tools and skills. I thought leaders were supposed to be flawless right out of the gate, right out of, when they're starting. But I quickly learned that staying stuck is what's familiar, only to what is familiar only cheats you out of your future. So, confidence is built one lesson at a time. Every time you learn something new, your confidence expands. Your knowledge strengthens your voice and skills sharpen through practice, like I do all the time with or go live or reels and other things. When you commit to continuous learning, you're not just gaining information, you're learning, you're building stability or inner stability, is what I'm saying. You start trusting yourself more, you embrace change instead of fearing it, and you start seeing opportunities instead of fearing. And where you normally would see obstacles, then you see an opening, you see a light shining through. So that's why leaders who keep learning, who keep walking into rooms differently, they carry confidence about them. That comes from growth, not ego. right? So what can we take away from this? Invest in your growth, and your confidence will continue to grow as you learn with it. So step out of that comfort zone, learn. um, like ourselves, we have so many partners in this business who are right there learning with you, and they become the leader of your you become the leader of your future demands. And I forget somebody who said that once you stop learning, you start dying. Maybe Einstein or something. But back to you, Sandy.
Thank you, Miriam. So Miriam talked about continuous learning builds confidence, and just like Miriam mentioned, every time that we learn a new skill, a new lesson, or we make those small improvements along the way, that prepares you to face any change that is in front of you with a greater knowledge, with more courage, and with more confidence. So that's why continuous learning is very important to be able to build that confidence. All right, so now let's move on to the next point.
Okay. So I'll be talking about leaders who keep learning, leave a lasting legacy. Let me say this: a leader's greatest strength is not knowing everything, it's having the willingness to keep learning. Learning influences the way we lead, the way we learn, the better decision we make. The learning expands our perspective, improve problem solving, and help us communicate more effectively. Great leaders always inspire others to grow. Leadership is not about telling people what to do. It's about encouraging them to become the best version of themselves. When people see a leader investing in learning, they are motivated to do the same. Sharing knowledge creates lasting impact. Knowledge becomes more valuable when it is shared. Every lesson, experience, or skill you pass on can change someone's life. Learning influences the way we lead as a leader. Learning does not stop after graduating or achieving success. It's the process. The leaders remembered most are those who remained always curious, adaptable to change, and continued growing throughout their whole life. So my reflection on that is the greatest leaders does not just build success, they build others' growth as well. So, my takeaway on this is your legacy will not be measured only by your achievements. It will be measured by the people you inspired, the knowledge you shared, and the lives you helped transform through continuous learning. The greatest leaders does not just build successes, they help others grow too. A leader's legacy is measured by the people they inspire to keep learning, keep growing. Thank you. Over to you, Sally.
Thank you, Falak. So
Thank
Falak
you.
talk about leaders who keep learning have a lasting legacy. And, like just like Falak mentioned, uh, because leaders continue growing and sharing what they learn, they don't keep it to themselves, right? They are able to inspire others to grow, others to lead the same way. So, and also make those positive impact to on other people's lives. So, that's why leaders who keep learning leave a lasting legacy. And a good example of that is Jim Rohn. So he was saying like, I want to be remembered about leaving behind, a legacy of, of his teaching, not about, like being successful, nothing of that. It's about making that impact on other people's life. All right. So now let's find out what is our key takeaway for this topic.
So, our key takeaway from our today's conversation, it reminds us that leadership isn't about knowing everything. It's about remaining open to learning something new every day. So stay curious, stay humble, keep asking questions, keep listening, and continue investing in your personal growth. Because every lesson you learn today prepares you to serve, lead, and make a greater impact tomorrow. Remember, the willingness to learn may be the leadership skill that opens every other door.
Thank you, Miriam. So yeah, so that's our key takeaway for this topic. And now let's find out what is a reflective question for the audience.
As you reflect on today's conversation, ask yourself, what is one new skill or lesson or perspective you can intentionally learn this week that will help you become a stronger leader? Growth begins with the decision to keep learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Falak. So that's our reflective question for the audience. So we have arrived to the end of our life. So we hope so that what we share today, the leadership skills opens um, every door. Sorry, the leadership, the skill that opens every door is the willingness to be able to continue learning. So as we talk about that and we share some points and some experiences, remember that the best leaders are those who never stop learning because, every lesson, every conversation, and every new experience, it helps you to strengthen that ability to be able to serve others, to be able to inspire growth, and to be able to leave that legacy that empowers future generations. So we want to end it with this reminder for this topic today. So now let's find out what is our topic for next Sunday.
Our next Sunday topic is the leadership habits that helps you stay calm under pressure. We invite you next week as we'll talk about this wonderful topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Christiana. Yes, so that's our topic for next Sunday. So it will be a conversation about emotional intelligence, resilience, decision making, and how staying calm during challenges help leaders earn trust and guide others with confidence. So we have arrived at the end of our life. So we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Sunday for those who are on Sunday, and a happy and blessed Monday for those who are on Monday, and a happy and blessed week ahead for everyone. And we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey and for believing in us and for engaging with our content. So, saying that, we'll see you again in our next episode of the Eagles Digital Business. A Candid chat with
All of
all of
us.
us. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all.
Bye.
Bye bye.